I would like to tell you the story what's going to happen on December 12, 2025 in Paris. A butterfly is going to land in Paris. But let me tell you the whole story from the beginning. The story starts in 2007 and 2008. I was on a world tour. I was the first man to circumnavigate the whole world in a solar-powered vehicle, in the solar taxi. It took me 1.5 years. I drove across 36 countries. I covered 54,000 kilometers in this little blue car. So why did I do that? I wanted to spread the message that I wanted to show to people all over in the world that solutions against global warming are available, like electric cars, renewable energies. With this simple message, I reached the attention of 770 million people worldwide. But not only that, I met statesmen, VIPs, Hollywood stars, Peace Nobel Prize winners, and so on. And unforgettable for me, I drove Ban Ki-moon, Secretary General of United Nations, to work in New York. And we talked a lot about climate change, and I really saw how this man is really committed to do something against climate change. 7 years later, the unbelievable happened. Ban Ki-moon and his team managed to get all the leaders of the world together and make them sign the Paris Climate Agreement. The future of our planet should be secured by limiting the rise of temperatures by 1.5 degrees. That was fantastic news. I was so happy. So I continued my life as a conference speaker. I was telling people in many countries how important it is to realize your own dreams and also to save our planet, so that our children also have the potential to realize their dreams in their future lives. And every year I'm organizing the WAVE, the so-called World Advanced Vehicle Expedition, the largest vehicle rally in the world. Like here on the picture you can see in 2016 we were in Geneva, showing that 1.5 degrees, we cannot reach that unless all the cars in the world are powered by renewable energies and have an electric drive in it. But at the same time, I kept watching the rising curve of CO2 in our atmosphere. Since the year 1800, the parts of CO2 in our atmosphere have risen by 50%. And nothing is stopping it. We have the Great Paris Agreement, but look at this curve. It's just going up, up, up. This is alarming. Actually, we really have to panic. The world is heating up with unforeseeable consequences. We have to do something now. We have to get rid of all these emissions, get rid of the old technologies with fossil fuels right now. We have to stop this. But I thought this is probably never going to happen. Our society is not able to change. But what happened in 2020? I was so surprised. I went to the city of Lucerne with my little son, walking around, and exactly that had happened. No more cars in the street, not even people in the street. What happened? Of course, it was the coronavirus that has appeared. And our society has shown that if we are all in a big danger, we are very well capable to change. We want to protect ourselves, we want to protect our loved ones, so change is possible. And I just realized that that's great news. That's fantastic news. We all know that we have to do something against coronavirus, but we also know that that's just the first wave of problems. When the coronavirus will be over, the next wave is coming soon, and that's called climate change. Attached to it, the next wave is going to be the loss of biodiversity. Nobody knows how that's going to look like. We all know how it is to be sick. But how does a world look without biodiversity? But is that so bad news? Is the world full of bad news? Actually, no. Look at this. I am sure, I've seen it in the world, we are full of solutions. For everything where we see that CO2 is emitted or methane is emitted, we have a solution. In the last years and decades, technological innovation has made huge steps forward. The world is full of solutions. And during the lockdown, and since more than 1 year now, I lost my job, I thought, wait a minute. I would really like to see those pioneers, those solutions which are out there in the world. They need attention, they need support. We have to make we have to make sure that these solutions are getting big. And I decided I want to go out in this world again. I never thought I want to do a world tour again, but I thought it's time to do it. We have to do something. I want to do something. So I want to visit all these solutions. And for this journey around the world, of course, I need a solar powered car. But my solar taxi, it's still running. It's too small. I have a family now, so maybe I need a trailer, of course, full of solar panels, which can power the vehicle. But my trailer is too small for the solar taxi, so why not making a big caravan trailer where we can even sleep there with a family? And for pulling it, the solar taxi is too small, so I need a bigger electric truck. And these things today are available, they exist, you can buy such vehicles. So I decided to go to University of Lucerne, find a great team, a lot of new friends and sponsors and supporters, and develop together a solar caravan, a tiny house, one which offers a big space inside with slide outs. Look at this. This is how it's going to look like, but we can slide out the rooms, make a big space. So on top we have even more space for solar panels. But that's not even enough. I need even more solar panels, so I came up with the idea, why not making foldable wings? Why not folding up the wings so we have even more space? And then it just looked to me like, hey, that looks like a butterfly. It's the wings of a butterfly. So I created a solar butterfly. And with this thing, I would like to go around the world. And at the end, I thought, hey, it's not enough to have the wings looking like a butterfly. We even need the head looking like a butterfly. And the head of the butterfly is going to have big eyes, because a butterfly has big eyes. We're not going to make something with a big mouth. We are not the kind of Swiss who are traveling around the world telling everyone what to do. We are observers. We want to see what's going on in this world. We want to find these solutions, interview the people, and with the antenna we want to transmit it, get the message out. And that's the butterfly. And the butterfly is actually a perfect animal for this, because it stands for beauty, for playfulness, for liberty. There is probably no other animal in the world that is seen so positive like the butterfly. And the butterfly stands for change, most importantly. Because, you know, a butterfly starts his life as a crawling caterpillar. It's bound to earth, depending on earth, and ugly. And then suddenly it becomes its wings. It can fly away. It gets independent. And that's exactly the change that we have to make as a society. So far, we have been crawling caterpillars, depending on fossil fuels from the ground. Ugly. But now we have to get wings. We have to learn to be independent from these fossil fuels, independent from Earth. We have to learn to fly with renewable energies. Lots of these new technologies which do not need any more fossil fuels. So with this butterfly, we want to visit all the solutions that we have in this world for a better world. And the question is, how can we preserve, for example, nature? I want to see that with a butterfly. Another question is, how can we produce food without livestock? Because livestock is emitting too much methane. We know that. We have to get away from that. Also, the question is, how are we going to produce energy in the future? Or how is going to be the mobility of our future going to look like? Inside the butterfly, we're going to have a TV studio, invite all these pioneers, make interviews so we can show to the world what's going on this planet, what's the transition that's going on. And we want to show that the world is full of solutions. But these solutions, they need attention from all of us. So that's why we want to do that. We want to drive around the world with this tiny house called the Solar Butterfly. Starting next June with a tour around Europe, and 1 year later crossing North America and South America, then going across Asia, then across Australia and Africa, and finally on December 12, 2025, exactly for the 10-year anniversary of the Paris Climate Agreement, we will arrive back in Paris. That's my story of the butterfly that will land in Paris on December 12, 2025. Now I would like to invite you, join us on our mission with your expertise, with your help, with your time, with your network, with your passion. Together, we can all be butterflies. We can all make this change happen. My name is Luis Palmer. Join us on our mission.